Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back your lovely faces to a brand new video here on the channel. Today we're going to take a look at a couple of brand new documents that were recently filed on the Fairfax County website by Amber Heard and her team. The funny thing is, she has put a lot of stuff under seal. Let's check this out. So, as you can see, Circuit Court of Fairfax County, going forward, notice of filing, the defendant and counterclaimant Amber Heard by counsel hereby provides notice of the filing of the following. As you can see, jury trial transcripts, all the trials days, but they're going from the hearing from 2019. As you can see, we've got 4 under seal already. Then you get to the second lot, and look at all them under seal. So many under seal. Then he does go on to say, in addition, defendant and counterclaimant files the deposition transcripts with proposed designations by both parties provided to the court and upon where the court ruled on during hearings between March 21st, 2022 and April 29th, 2022. As you can see, from April 15th to the 29th, that is when they were in court. Now, going down for the designation for color coding and key to objections, as you can see, these are the ones that she wants to be filed under seal. You got Laurel Anderson, Amy Banks, Robin Baum, Lisa Bean, Alan Blaustein, Jacob Bloom. Then it goes down to Connell Cohen. Then you got, at the very bottom, as you can see, Terence Doherty, Josh Drew, Erin Falati. Do apologize for saying that wrong. You got Walter Hamada for Warner Brothers. But then you go down, you got quite a few, which, Melanie Iglesias. You got Jennifer Howell, Cornelius Harrell. You got these people who are not being done. Tracy Jacobs. But then you got David Kipper, Jessica Kovacevic. I do apologize for saying that wrong. Deborah Lloyd, Joel Mandel. Then you obviously, you got Elizabeth Mars, Michelle Mulrooney. These ones are all fine. You got Disney, Brandon, they're all fine. But then you got Raquel Pennington, Rocky Pennington, Volume 1 and 2. Alejandro Romero, he's fine, not in the seal. Anthony Romero, the ACLU. But then you got Rami Sarabi, you got Christy Sexton, Io Tillett-Wright, and Ben Wesner. The majority of these are for her, which is interesting. This thing, obviously, and you got a couple of pages then regarding, what's going on. And then you got this one by here, which is June the 10th by Messenger. So, dear Mr. Frey, enclosed the notice of filing that attaches hearing and trial transcripts, as well as transcripts of designated depositions in the above referenced case. Also enclosed is a copy of this letter and the notice of filing, which we would appreciate you file stamping and returning with the awaiting messenger. Thank you for your assistance with this matter. Enclosures, CC, Benjamin Chu, and Camille Vasquez. Yeah, Camille. We all love Camille. Camille's amazing. So with this, a lot of people were like, what's happening? Why is she filing all of these? And why are they under seal? Which again, obviously, myself included, we're like, what is, why does she want all of these filed under seal? Surely if you're going to appeal for, for what's happened, you should actually put something, let people see them. But this is what Andrea said. So Andrea Burkhardt, she was asked by Roaring Rapids. Hopefully Andrea Burkhardt can comment as to how typical it is of a head of appeal. So, this appears to be Elaine preparing the record for appeal. She is presumably asking for certain things to be under seal because they involve confidential materials or discussions about them. While an appeal can't present new evidence as a basis to overturn the verdict, it can argue that evidence was improperly excluded from trial and would have affected the outcome. This is probably what the sealed depositions are about. Number 4, appeals are very hard to win, which they are. Number 5, based on my impression of this record, I expect Elaine's appeal brief to read about the same as her opening statement and with similar effect. Let me know if you have any other questions in the comments and I'll do my best to get to them when I can. Obviously, like Andrea is saying regarding the opening statement for Elaine, yeah, I can see that happening as well. I can see her coming out, you're going to hear this, you're going to hear that. This is what happened, Amica cream, this bad stuff. Oh my God, he did this. And it's going to read exactly how her opening statement did, which everyone was just like, yeah, we don't believe you from the get-go, which is very interesting dynamic to have. But again, she has gone on today's show. Elaine, now this is not Amber. She did like what, 3 or 4 different interviews within like a day or two, but then she got called to the court and she stopped. With that there, I do think Judge Penny basically said, stop it now. But it was interesting because obviously you had Amber saying, oh, his team went out and they did this for the week. Oh, they were just terrible. Your team were the first ones out there, you know, which is really interesting. But getting back to Andrea, because someone did ask her as well about why is so many files will be allowed to be filed. You know, could they be slightly saying not all the information was out there? And Andrew went back with, basically, if she wants to argue to the Court of Appeals that there was information the jury didn't hear because the judge kept it out, she has to file it like this so the Court of Appeals can see what it is and evaluate whether it should have been excluded or not. And you got another one, I guess the appeal won't be televised, which most likely not, as Andrew said there, not as such, but they customary post the audio or video follow the argument on their website, which we saw with, with the UK one. How can they become confidential if they have already been mentioned in court, partially or all? What's been admitted in court has probably lost its confidentiality, but parts that haven't been admitted are still subject to the protective order. Now with this one, this is what got me thinking, because I was like, well, you could just go on my channel, Les, Stevie, Soups, Tugs, you know, Andrea herself, and so many of the people, you know, Legal Bites. We've all got these on our channels, you know, we've all got them there. We all streamed the actual trial, you know, we streamed for 10 hours a day each, sometimes even 12 to 15 hours, and we had it all there. But with them going on saying, well, you know, the stuff here that they weren't privy, which we did see a few things. One of them was actually the photo, because if you remember, they said, we have a photo, we want to show this, blah, blah, blah. But the judge's like, well, it's not in evidence. You didn't put it in for discovery. Where did it end up to? On TMZ, which is very interesting because a couple of days later, TMZ literally just wiped the floor with her and said, yeah, we don't want you anymore, which was hilarious. But then just go on to say about, you know, can his legal team be involved in this or is it one-sided? This part, the preparation of her record, is all her. When it comes to actually arguing to the Court of Appeals, Johnny's team will be involved and can file their own response supporting the rulings that she is challenging. He could still appeal the verdict on her counterclaim as well. Another one, Aaron, which is a good one though, to be honest with you. In order to appeal, doesn't she need to put up the 10.3 million as bond first, or is that false? False. Only if she wants to stop Johnny enforcing the judgment until the appeal is decided. That was a huge one for a lot of us. Because I was thinking, like, how can she appeal to something when she, you know, she's like, well, does she have to put the money up first? Because if she loses the appeal, it's going to go to him anyway. But obviously, she doesn't have 10.3 million. She's actually online now on like Celebrity Net Worth and all these other websites. She's minus $6 million. Hell, I'm richer than Amber Heard supposedly at this moment in time, which is hilarious. But it's also elite. I think it's actually quite funny that is that's exactly what's out there. But yes, that's what we got, guys. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Do we think that she's filing some of these things which are under seal, which could be dangerous or whatever to Depp's case? Or is she just trying her luck? Personally, I think she's trying her luck. But let me know what you think down below, guys. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell for future updates, and I'll see you soon.